Hey guys, my name is John. I'm excited to be able to go over dialer training with you. The purpose of the dialer helps you to accomplish the three main things that Marion talks about that you need to do in order to be successful at your job at Plus One. Number one, take a lot of calls, right? And this makes it possible for you to be able to take a lot of calls. Number two, set a goal and accomplish that goal on every single call. Number three, focus on the things that are in your control, your can control, okay? Number one is to take a lot of calls, and if you're sitting available for a long time just waiting for inbound calls, you're just waiting, right? This dialer makes it possible for you to be able to outbound to customers and to be able to get a conversation with them, to be able to have multiple conversations, and you're going to be constantly talking while you're on the dialer. Okay? The dialer is used on many campaigns that we have, So Clean, Dedicated, CIG, even First Street. We hope that we could use the dialer in all of our campaigns because it is very effective and very important. Here's a training on how to use the dialer effectively and how to also prevent it from becoming a disadvantage to you. Okay? So there's multiple things that you need to know. Number one, the first most critical thing about the dialer is with your headset, you must have your mute button on mute. And you'll know that it's on mute by the red button, okay? When you go available, and as you see on my agent leg right here, you can see my mouse on this projector. It's kind of hard to see, but on your agent leg, the moment you go available, then that will put me automatically into the dialer. It will be a blue dialer outbound, and I'll automatically start to call customers, okay? While it's calling, you must be on mute. The reason why is because the moment that a customer answers, you have exactly 3 seconds to answer the customer, okay? So you're calling someone and you hear them say hello. In that moment, you have 3 seconds to unmute. You have to unmute. And then you answer by saying, and we scripted it to be essentially this: hi, is Joyce there? Hi, is Sarah there? Hi, is so-and-so there, right? You must be able to unmute. The reason for that is because when you unmute, you have that 3 seconds to unmute, and when you do, it has a voice recognition software. It will recognize your voice, and it will automatically pop a script right in front of you. You don't have to do anything other than unmute and talk. It'll automatically pop a script, and then that script will be in conjunction with the specific caller. If it's CIG, it might be a CIG outbound RTO. It might be an inbound call. It just depends on the outbound. Every single time it'll give you the exact script that you need. Okay, it'll have all the customer's information and everything for you. But the important part is that you mute and unmute at the proper times. Okay. It's important you know that while you're waiting for calls, what's going to happen, and I'm going to show you the dialer here in a moment. If you look right here on the, actually I'll show it right here, sorry about this. If you look right here on this computer, you see that there is the agent leg, which is right here. You've got your X light right down here, and you've got your POP system. You want to be logged into POP, ready to go, okay? When you nail up to your X light, and again, remember that the phone button right here, you must click that and answer, okay? From there, how it works is very simple. The moment that you go available, it's going to pop you into the dialer, okay? Now, you've got to have your headset muted, and remember that in order to be able to accurately use this, you must be muted on it, okay? Before you do that, though, it's good to make sure that your headset is connected. So you'll see if you're talking, it'll be registering right there, right? So what I'll go ahead and do is go available and show an example. I'm going to go ahead and mute. And again, reminder that the button is to mute it, okay? And now I'm not talking. You don't see me speaking anymore. Now, for the purposes of this, I'll go ahead and mute, and I'll show you some examples. You're going to see a couple names that will appear right here, and it's going to flush through a couple until they answer. You will not hear anything in that time, okay? You'll oftentimes just hear maybe some ringing here and there, but oftentimes it'll just be silent until somebody answers, okay? So don't be alarmed if you hear or don't hear anything. All you need to hear is when they answer, and you unmute within 3 seconds, and ask if they're there. That way the script pops up to them, okay? I'll go ahead and show an example. I'm muted right now. You see that it's their name. And it'll flush through them once they answer or once they don't answer, okay? Now I'm going to show you an example. This is waiting for a second.
This is Nan. Leave a message and I'll call you back.
See what
Thanks,
happens
bye.
when I am unmuted.
Please record
It's going to
your
make
message.
me leave a
When you are
voicemail,
finished recording,
and
you
it
may
pops
hang
up a
Or
script.
press 1.
You obviously don't want to do this because if I'm unmuted, it's just going to pop up a script and it's just going to make me take the call, even though it's just a voicemail, right? So you need to be paying very close attention. Be present as they can, is to focus on when somebody answers and when someone doesn't, okay? Now notice right here that you have some wrap time. This is wrap time. It starts with 28 seconds. It counts down, and then it goes into this right here. It goes into extra wrap, as you can see right there, okay? Extra wrap. What that means is it is waiting for you to wrap up the script, to disposition it, and to close it out, okay? It's very important that you do this accurately because the dialer is dependent on multiple things. I'll show you right over here what that means. As you can see right here, you'll disposition the call, just dependent on what it is. We'll leave the dispositions to you to be able to identify if it's either a callback, failed callback, so forth, right? In this situation, we have a no sale button and we have a connected button, as you can see right here. These are very different from each other. It's very important that you know what their functions are. Connected means that we're going to keep it in the dialer, okay? We have a dialer and we will continue to call that customer essentially for a certain amount of time until we do not call them anymore. However, this no sale button is the button that removes it from the dialer. So you ask yourself, when do I remove it from the dialer and when do I keep it on the dialer? The biggest question to ask yourself is, should we call this customer back? Just simply ask yourself that. Let's say, for example, I accidentally, like I did right here, was going to leave a voicemail, right? I would save it as a connected so that we could call them back again because we may have a chance at selling them, right? If you end a call and let's say you had a disconnect and you couldn't get a hold of them again, yeah, definitely connected. Let us have another chance at calling them back. Think to yourself, if another agent has a chance at talking to this customer, do I think they might get the sale? If the answer is yes, go ahead and save it as connected, okay? Now the reason for no sale is to help us remove the leads that we do not want to call. For example, if somebody called in and said, I do not want you calling me anymore, take me off of your callers list, then we'll definitely save that as a no sale and do not call. Note that the disposition doesn't do anything with the lead itself. You could even save it as a do not call, and if you save it as a connected, then we'll still call them, okay? It's important that you know that when you click no sale, that officially removes it from our list, okay? That's very, very important to know. If, let's say, you ended a call and you had a card decline and you wanted to call the customer back at a later time, which I encourage you guys avoid callbacks at all costs, but if you have to, like a card decline, I would encourage you to actually save it as a no sale. That way nobody else calls them up while you still have a chance to sell it later, okay? It's important to know that just simply no sale is removing, connected is keeping on the list, okay? Notice that we're still in extra wrap. It'll stay in extra wrap all the way until we officially get back into the dialer, okay? How you do that is when I click connected or no sale and I click OK, it will have 8 seconds of waiting time, okay? It's just extra wrap time. That extra wrap time gives you 8 seconds to go back to mute, okay? It's important that you do that. It's important that within that 8 seconds, you go straight to mute because it's going to automatically pop you into the dialer. Right now, I'm sitting available, and the reason for that is because we are at CIG just having a moment of lag where we're having multiple agents available right now. Please note that it will usually just pop you right back into the dialer, and you'll automatically be taking more calls. It may even be calling multiple people at a time. Now, an important part to know too is, let's say I wanted to go into unavailable. While you're available, it's easy to do that. It'll automatically just happen for you, right? While I'm in the dialer, if I need to go unavailable, I will select unavailable, and it will flush out of the remaining calls that I'm trying to call, okay? So it's important that you know that and that you're aware of that. It's very, very simple on how it works. The key things that you need to know about the dialer are, number one, make sure that you are aware of the I'm just putting this unavailable. Make sure that you are aware of when you're muted and unmuted. If you are unmuted while you're taking calls, and then you happen to connect to a call when you don't want to, then that's going to make it difficult because your conversion will decrease every time that you connect to a call. That's not going to be a sale, okay? It's important that you are muted while you're waiting for someone to answer. When someone does answer, you have 3 seconds to unmute. When you unmute and say, "Hi, is so-and-so there?" it's going to automatically pop a script like I showed you there. Okay? When it pops that script, it might take a second to load. Just engage in a conversation of, "Hi, how are you doing today? My name is so-and-so. How's your day going?" Right? So forth, and then the script will load. Once you finish the call, either if it ends there, if you end the call, you get a sale, however it ends, it will have 28 seconds of wrap time. That's orange wrap time. It's paid status. Once you're in extra wrap, it's an unpaid status waiting for you to wrap up the script. Once you save it and disposition it as either a no sale or connected, no sale meaning it's going to remove you from the dialer, connected meaning that it's going to keep you in the dialer, it will have about 8 seconds to let you go back to muted. Okay? This mute button is your best friend. Gives you 8 seconds to go back to muted. Once you do that, it'll automatically go back into the dialer and let you continue to take more calls. Be patient with the dialer. Don't let it be your enemy. If you need to go unavailable, if you need to go on lunch, if you need to call it a day, just simply select unavailable, let it flush out of the calls, and then it'll go into unavailable for you to use break time or anything else that you need. With that being said, those are the main points of the dialer that you need to know, and really it comes with practice. I know a lot of it might be confusing right now. That's totally fine. Take it a step at a time, okay? You guys are awesome. Bye now.